thank my good friend for yielding and for his passion, for his courage, and for authoring the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act, and for doing so with so informed. Trent Franks has been an incredible defender of life. I want to thank him for his leadership on this extraordinarily important human rights piece of legislation. Mr. Speaker, overwhelming majorities of Americans, some 60 to 64%, according to the pollsters, support legal protection for pain-capable unborn children. Today, we know that unborn babies not only die, but suffer excruciating pain during dismemberment abortions, a cruelty that rips arms and legs off of helpless children. A former abortionist, Dr. Anthony Levantino, testified before Congress, before Trent Franks' committee. Here's a man who has performed 1,200 abortions, over 100 late-term abortions, up to 24 weeks. And he said, and I quote in part, "Imagine if you can that you are a pro-choice obstetrician gynecologist like I was, using a Soffer 13 clamp with rows of ridges or teeth, grasp anything you can inside the womb. Once you've grasped something inside, squeeze on the clamp to set the jaws and pull hard, really hard. You feel something, let go, and out pops a fully formed leg about 6 inches long. Reach in again," he goes on, "and grasp anything you can, and out pops an arm." He noted that a second trimester D&E abortion is a blind procedure. So he says, reach in again and again and again with that clamp and tear out the spine, intestines, heart, and lungs. Mr. Speaker, even swing vote Justice Anthony Kennedy, in his dissent in the Stenberg versus Carhart decision, said about dismemberment abortion, "The fetus in many cases dies just as a human adult or child would. It bleeds to death as it is torn limb from limb. The fetus can be alive at the beginning of the dismemberment process and can survive for a while until its limbs are being torn off." Mr. Speaker, even if pain wasn't present, dismembering a child is violence against children, and it is inhumane. But these babies actually suffer in this process. Dr. Robert White, professor of neurosurgery at Case Western Reserve, has said, "An unborn child at 20 weeks gestation is fully capable of experiencing pain. Without question, abortion is a dreadfully painful experience." Dr. Anand wrote, and he's an expert on pain, "The human fetus possesses the ability to experience pain from 20 weeks gestation. He points out that it's even worse for an unborn child at that time period because, quote, the density of pain receptors per square inch of skin in human development occurs in utero from 20 to 30 weeks gestation. Thus, a fetus at 20 to 32 weeks gestation would experience much more intense pain than older infants or children or adults." We've known this for some time, Mr. Speaker. In 2006, I authored the Unborn Pain Awareness Act that garnered 250 votes in favor, including 40 Democrats to 160 against. I remember thinking on that day of the vote, how can anyone refuse to make pain information part of an informed consent? Congressman Trent Franks has authored 4, count them 4, extraordinarily important human rights bills over the years to actually protect pain-capable babies in federal law from the violence of abortion, including the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Acts that passed the House in 2013 and again in 2015. Tragically, President Obama vowed to veto this child protection legislation, and the Senate failed to pass it. However, this year, we have a president who said, and he put out a statement of administration policy, "You present this legislation to me, and I will sign it." Finally, not only will babies be protected by Trent Franks' law at 5 months, and the pain suffered by these babies will be averted, but H.R. 36 requires that a late abortion permitted under very, very limited circumstances provide, quote, the best opportunity for the unborn child to survive, and that a, quote, second physician trained in neonatal resuscitation be present and prepared to provide care to that child to the same degree as the Born Alive Infants Protection Act of 2002 prescribed. Following the care required to be rendered, the born alive child shall immediately be transported and admitted to a hospital. 16 states have passed legislation that looks very resembles this important legislation that we will have before us on this House floor. My good friend and colleagues talked about Dr. Gosnell. 4 years ago, Dr. Gosnell was convicted of murder, conspiracy to kill, and involuntary manslaughter, and sentenced to life imprisonment. Even though the news of Gosnell's child slaughter was largely suppressed by the mainstream media, many of my colleagues may remember that Gosnell operated a large Philadelphia abortion clinic where women died and countless babies were dismembered. All crucial, gruesome procedures causing excruciating pain to the victim. This is a humane bill, a major human rights bill, and again, I want to thank my great friend and colleague for his leadership. It's extraordinary.